One of the things, our criminal justice program is just getting close to 10 years old, and I was the person that was instrumental and the actual first chair when we started it. Our goal has always been to have people in our program that graduate and could make a difference. Criminal justice majors are difference makers. Um, Within the program, you'll learn about what causes criminal behavior. You'll learn from faculty. You'll learn from faculty that are practitioners or have been practitioners. We don't have a bunch of people that teach you from a book. We have people that know what they're talking about and can share that with you because they've done it. Uh, there are parts of the degree that deal with psychology, social programs, public policy, organizational management, and our program is ever evolving. So some things that may look like they're not totally developed are there, and they will get better and better as you go along. We work to enhance your knowledge in criminal justice administration, how to manage an organization, the sociological side of criminal justice, which is really when people want to think about going into counseling or victim advocacy or helping people that way. Our program is not a police academy and it's not designed to make you a police officer. Those that wish to be police officers, the program is perfect for that. But those that want to be more the social justice side of things, this is also the program for you. Done with that slide. I don't know how we're doing transition, so okay. Thank you. Um, some of the topics that are covered, and again, some are going to be plugged in and changed just a little bit. Criminology, law enforcement, criminal law, sociology of deviant behavior, juveniles, ethics, diversity. My favorite class is ethics, diversity, and professionalism, criminal justice. Those are actually two different classes. You see the picture in criminal investigation, for example, and I teach that, we actually go through how some evidence is gathered and how it works. We have a great time with that. One of the other things we do is take people out of the building and work on these kind of things. Uh, it's a lot of fun. Next slide, please. We have graduates. We have graduates all over the place. What's fun is I get emails and stuff from graduates from years ago, even from other institutions that I worked at, and they're willing to jump in and help us here with this with our program here. Police officers, we've got security specialists, juvenile justice caseworkers, correctional officers, private investigators, health and safety inspectors. One thing about health and safety inspectors I'd like to talk about for a moment is in some cases we look at our college students and you're training for jobs that don't exist even. Years ago, we really didn't have the thoughts of a compliance officer that was criminal justice related. But now many government organizations, especially, have a compliance officer that looks for compliance with safety regulations, health regulations, and just in general. They're almost like an internal policeman, but looking at the business side of things. So you see them in government agencies and you see them in private business. Uh, our Chicago campus, the picture on the left side, we have a firearm simulator. And what that does is we use that in our training to make some of our training more realistic. So it's very easy for me to show a YouTube video or something about how a situation may develop or the stress involved. But this way, people actually get to experience it and be involved in it. Again, I think that's a duplicate picture of us working on our forensics and things like that. We also have a class in forensic science that's an elective. Next slide. Thank you. Right now, we have minors in human services and psychology. We have a concentration in criminal justice administration, social services, or general psychology. So what this means quite simply is this. You have your major, which is criminal justice, and then you can leave. Our goal is to have every student leave this university with a major in their choice, criminal justice with us, and then a minor in whatever area you want to study, social services or psychology. Criminal justice administration might be geared toward the person that wants to get into law enforcement, but also things like homeland security or working at the airport with I can't think of the name. I lost it. The people that check you getting on and off the airplanes or getting on the airplanes. Those are the kind of things that these concentrations help you do. Uh, Again, it's a lot of fun. In the lower right hand corner, you see in the Chicago lab, we have a fingerprint comparison, automated fingerprint comparison setup, and we show people how that works. So what I'm getting at is that our program has a lot of experiential training, meaning like the young man in the upper corner there, uh, he's not learning to be a fingerprint technician. It's not going to be perfect, but he's going to know what it's like to work with fingerprints and learn how to lift fingerprints off that beaker in the lab. So we expose you to lots of things that give you experience. Next, these are some of the average salaries. So if you look at careers, um, you see the compliance officer one down there, the third from the bottom that I just spoke about. The average salary for a compliance officer in Illinois is $73,000. That's an interesting job. Human services assistant, child support investigator, juvenile caseworker. Those are all people that work with the public and work within your community to help people. And I said it before and I'll repeat it that criminal justice majors are difference makers. And while making a difference, you can get a decent compensation for it and raise your family and live within your community. Next one, please. Some of our employee partners, um, our employee partners are consist of people that have hired some of our graduates and also who work with our students for internships. So we have internships. One of my favorite ones that students get to be very interested in is what they call COPA, the Civilian Office of Police Accountability. COPA is the organization that investigates Chicago police in cases where there's an accusation of excessive force or wrongdoing. And they accept many, many interns from us. We also have graduates that have been hired in various capacities. You'll see a lot of them are in policing. Well, these are the people that go out and really go after those jobs because you have to take tests for those jobs. And we encourage them to start testing in their junior year. And they test and they take a test here, they take a test there. And many of our graduates are employed by police departments, but not always as police officers. Dispatcher, community service officer, University of Illinois Police, that young man is a community service officer there. Uh, and he came to us and he got that job and he actually finished his degree while he's working there. There's no interest in being a police officer, but just help working with the community. And then you see on the far right, Cook County Sheriff. Here you see some more, you see some security companies. You see legal aid in Chicago. I just talked to one of the people from legal aid about half an hour ago about something. They asked me to consult on an old case. Circuit Court of Cook County, DuPage County Government, Illinois Justice Corps, and there are more. We add to that all the time, all the time. Next slide, please. Before we go to conversations for a minute, I would tell you that right now we're in the process of forming an advisory committee. I had one 7, 8, 9 years ago, and it kind of fell by the wayside because university we didn't press it for their programs. But we have experts and leaders from different companies and different walks of life and different occupations and lots of stuff that look at the curriculum and we meet. Our plan is to meet twice a year and talk about our curriculum and what we can add to it. So what I'm saying is that you get involved in NLU, you're not going to sit still. Things are moving. Things are moving all the time. Uh, we get our classes out of the building. Sometimes go to places like the medical examiner's office, the FBI, on occasion to a police station. A large number of my family is out there working in the criminal justice system, both in policing and not. And we always have opportunities to have students grow and excel. It's a great journey, and we enjoy being the tour guide. And really, we're not the tour guide; we're partners in this. So thank you.